Our goal of this tutorial is to turn this image into this image. The first step is to go ahead and install Gimp. I'm downloading Gimp off of the Microsoft Store, but you can also go to gimp.org to download it instead. Either works. I prefer the Microsoft Store because then I don't have to worry about downloading another installer in order to get an update. Once it's installed, then we want to open it up. Just type in Gimp into the search bar, click it, and it opens up. Don't do anything quite yet. We want to get our image first. Any browser will do. Let's first try a test one. Go to peachhour.com, and then we're going to navigate to a queue called JP04S. It's part of their new series, and it should be looking pink. Not this one. This is the special purpose one. In this case, we're going to go down to here, JP0S4, JP04S. Keep it on the standard, that's all fine. What we want to do is we want to hover over the image, and we want to middle click. This will be the mouse wheel. You want to press in on that, and it will give you this image. We're going to want to save image to anywhere. Downloads is fine. After your image is downloaded, we're going to go over to Gimp. We're going to go File, Open. We're going to select the file that we just downloaded. Go over to Image, Canvas Size, and we want to change the canvas size to be a square. So whichever is the bigger number, have the smaller number match the bigger number. In this case, we want to change height to 220. Then we want to hit Resize. Then we want to hit Center to make sure that our image is in the center of this newly resized canvas. And hit Resize once again to confirm. We can hold down Control and then use the scroll wheel to adjust the zoom here. I'm going to use that to scroll out a little bit. And so we can see our whole canvas here. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to this rotate tool over here. Just click once. That'll bring up this little menu here. Change the angle to -45 and rotate. Now we have this nice rotated angle cue that we can manipulate. Go back over to the move tool, go over here, right click on the layer and say duplicate layer. Now that we have this duplicated layer, we can move it however we want. I'm going to go delete that. I'm going to undo those actions. And I want to go duplicate it yet again to have a third one. The reason why I'm doing this is so that we can move these into position, adjust them to however we like. Okay, our goal right now is to get it so that this is the middle of the queue here. We want to get the beginning of the after wrap lined up with the middle of the queue, and then the joint lined up with the middle of the queue, with an okay amount of space in between. After we have it all set how we like it, then we want to go over to the crop tool over here, and then simply crop it just to this part right here. Now, of course, get it so we have, only the good stuff aligned. We want to make sure that the edge of this butt here is lined up with the edge, and the joint here is lined up with the edge here. Try to reduce it as much as you can, but we also want to make it a square. So go over to these crop options over here, and it's looking like to be about 450. I'm going to change it to 450 on both ends. And I'll force it to be a square. Since we have it a square and now it got, readjusted here, I'm going to probably move it a little bit upwards. But then I'm thinking that's pretty good. So I'm going to hit Enter in order to confirm the cropping. And there, now we have our beautiful image. We're going to go over File, and we're going to say Export As. And I'm going to type it in here, JP04-S icon. Hit Enter to export. It'll bring up a few options here. We want to save it as a PNG so we have that transparency. Then we're going to hit leave all these as default unless you know exactly what you're doing. Hit Export. And if we go over to our files, we'll be able to see our lovely icon here. And we're done.